Facebook. Happy Sunday. Alright, I've got an epic live stream this morning. Or that's afternoon, I should say. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Ali. Get it together. Alright, I'm just going to wait for a couple of you guys to hop on. I have a really, I love talking about this topic, and it's something that I've really been, I guess, delving into myself over the last, probably year, 2 years. And I cannot tell you how important this is and how much of a difference it's made in my life and my business, right? If you guys are here, let me know that you're here. Send me the love bombs, say hi, let me know where you're from in the comments. So what I want to talk to you guys about today was all about adapting. Hey, Jennifer, was all about adapting that Amazon warrior energy in your business and in your life, and why it matters when it comes to your success, right? Now, if you run your own business and you've been in the business world, you probably hear a lot of people, a lot of female entrepreneurs talk about queen energy, right? Becoming a queen, having queen energy. And I guess what resonates more with me is Amazon warrior, right? Amazon warrior energy. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I think of an Amazon warrior, I think someone who is so feminine and so grounded in who she is, and so powerful. Hey Kath, hey Diane. And so powerful. She knows who she is. She knows what she stands for, and no one is ever going to cross that or take that from her. She's not afraid. Hey Diane, she's not afraid to step up when it comes to who she is and what she believes in. She will do anything to protect herself and those that she loves. She will do anything to protect her business. She will do anything to protect, as I said, the people that mean the most to her, and her values and her morals never waver. She's not afraid to set boundaries, and she does whatever it takes to do what it is she needs to do for herself. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because, don't you love it when you have people message you while you're on a live stream? It's so distracting. The reason why I wanted to talk to you about this today is because, to me, it's an actual real thing. You know, it's not just about Wonder Woman and watching the movie and, you know, thinking that it's some cartoon and some fairy tale. It's a real thing that we need to start as female entrepreneurs especially. And guys, this applies to you as well, and you can apply it in your own, you know, king way if you want to. But this is why it matters, having that Amazon warrior energy, and why it matters in your business and what it actually looks like, right? I want you guys to understand what it looks like and what it feels like, because as I said, this is something I have been looking into myself and practicing myself for the last year, 2 years. And I was talking, the reason why this has come up is because I was talking with one of my awesome clients yesterday about how she recently let some boundaries fall. And because of that, she was feeling disempowered, and things that weren't serving her were taking place in her life and in her business. And as a result, her business was suffering, and so was her life. Like, she was feeling depleted and not right. And I need you guys to understand, okay? This is what it looks and feels like. So when I think of an Amazon warrior and the energy that you need to adapt and apply in your life and business and why it matters, it's because of this, right? An Amazon warrior respects her boundaries, and she guards them whilst respecting others, number one, okay? So she knows what her boundaries are, and she is not afraid to protect them and stick to them, but she does it in a way that isn't pressing or disrespecting another person. And there is a line, because there are a lot of people out there in business, and not just in business, as I said, this is life success as well. There are a lot of people out there that are sticking to their own boundaries, but in a way where they're being disrespectful of another person. And that's not Amazon warrior energy. And that sort of energy is not going to help you create success. In fact, it's going to do the complete opposite, okay? So respecting your boundaries, protecting your boundaries, firstly knowing what they are, and guarding them whilst respecting another person's boundaries and another person's wants and wishes. Okay, number two, because I've made a list here, because I really want to get this clear, is choosing the decision that is right for you all the time and every time. Even if it means that others don't approve, without you feeling any guilt or shame. So it means always, 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 always doing what you know is right for you in your business and in your life. Knowing the next step that you need to take and not being afraid to make that decision. Even if other people don't approve, even if other people haven't given you that tick of approval, or if other people are telling you that it's not for you, it's not right, it's wrong, but you don't waver, right? You don't waver from that. Number 2. Number 3 is not being afraid to openly tell another person exactly how you feel. Now, this has been huge for me, okay? How often do we suppress how we feel? How often do we suppress how we feel? Because we're afraid of upsetting the other person. And as a result, we don't say how we truly feel. We don't express how we truly feel. And then we end up feeling resentment towards that other person. Open communication is something that I have really, really, really embodied, especially over the last 12 months. I have got myself to a point in my business and my life where I'm not afraid to tell anyone in my life exactly how I'm feeling, even if it might hurt them. And I don't mean doing it in a way where you're disrespecting. I mean not being afraid to say how you feel because you're afraid of being unloved. This is why we don't say what we really feel a lot of the time, because we are afraid that by expressing how we really feel, we're going to be unloved or people aren't going to like us. And this is probably one of the hardest things you are ever going to have to practice in your life and in your business, which is being able to tell the people involved exactly how you feel at any given moment on any given day. Speaking your truth and exactly what's on your heart, whether it's good or whether it's bad, right? Practicing open communication. So the 4th thing, was that number 3? Yeah. The 4th thing was not participating in low vibe energy, which is gossip, negativity, a scarce mentality, complaining, whinging. An Amazon warrior will not participate in that energy because she knows it's detrimental to her success, it's detrimental to her happiness, it's detrimental to her time, and more than anything, she knows that she is here for a much bigger purpose, and she is always focused on that purpose and driven by that purpose because she's here to serve. So gossiping, low energy, negative energy is simply not going to work for her, and she is very quick to remove herself from those situations. Again, this is all with respect and respecting other people, okay? Number 5 is not being afraid to use your voice powerfully and sharing your truth while knowing it's not for everyone, but not backing down because your people need to hear it. How often in business, and I see this and I hear it all the time, and in life, are we afraid to share the messages on our heart, to share our truth powerfully and unapologetically? I mean saying exactly what's on your heart and bringing it from your heart straight to the computer, straight to where the people need to see it and hear it. Because what happens is we have the message that's on our heart, and then by the time it gets to the computer or by the time it gets to the people that need to hear it, we've edified it or we've toned it down or we've changed it, right? You need to start adopting the energy where you know exactly what's on your heart and you know that it's your responsibility to share that message, regardless of whether or not people aren't going to like it. And I can tell you now, not everyone is going to like it. Not everyone likes Wonder Woman in the movie. There are a lot of people that are out to get her in the movie simply because she is grounded and powerful in her truth and in what she believes in. Nothing is different in the real world. If you are grounded in your truth and you are grounded in your values and in your morals and you know what they are, there are going to be people that are triggered by that because they are not grounded and strong enough in their values and morals. And this happens all the time in life and in business. People that aren't strong enough when it comes to, or aren't standing strong enough in their values and what they believe in, are often triggered by those that are, simply because they wish they could adapt that same confidence in their own life. So it's knowing what your message is and not ever filtering it and sharing it powerfully, okay? The next one is taking full responsibility for how you feel and the outcomes in your life, right? If you want to take your life and your business to that next level, then you have to know it is all on you. Never blaming, never pointing fingers, never telling someone else or another situation that they're the reason you aren't where you want to be, right? It's making sure that every single time you can, at the end of the day, you can sit with yourself and go, I am responsible for this outcome, good or bad. If it's the outcome that I wanted, awesome. If it's not the outcome that I wanted, I need to take responsibility for that, because it doesn't matter what anyone else said or did. This is up to me to make this work, right? The next one is, this is a big one, because I see people struggle with this all the time. Celebrating other people's wins and being happy for them, because you know it's no reflection of your own success, because you stand so strong in your power. You know exactly what it is you bring to the table. That's a big one. How often do we run our business? I see people do it all the time and I hear it all the time, and it's something I am so far beyond now that I'm at a point where I don't understand it anymore, and I really want you guys to get it. When you know what you bring to the table, someone else's success isn't going to bother you. In fact, you're going to be happy for them. You will clap and cheer for them, because you know it doesn't mean that you can't be successful. You know that it doesn't mean it's any reflection on your success. If anything, it means you can succeed as well. But when you know what you bring to the table, you don't question what you bring to the table, you just bring it. And when you see other people succeeding, you clap for them, you cheer for them, and you're happy for them. And you help them rise. And they help you rise. Got it? Is this making sense? Right, next one is knowing that any negativity that someone tries to throw at you is a direct reflection of themselves and not you. But then also being able to feel genuine compassion towards them. I don't mean like sarcastic compassion, like, oh, I feel sorry for you sort of thing. Coming from a place of deep compassion, like, wow, look at the negativity and the trolling that this person is throwing at me. I genuinely feel a deep, deep sense of compassion for this person, because it's showing me how unhappy they are. An Amazon warrior will always stand firm in that power, in her business and in her life. No one else's negativity, no one else's trolling will ever touch her, and it can't touch her, because she knows it is a reflection of them. And I know you hear this all the time, but I need you to really hear it. I need you to hear it. I need you to listen to these words, and I need you to let it sink in and take it on board. Someone else's negativity towards you doesn't make you wrong. It's a reflection of their world, their internal world, more than anything. So you need to be able to make that distinction and really feel deep compassion, because that person's hurting, okay? The next one, or the last one, is being very strategic of your time and who and where you spend it. And this is something I had to remind my client yesterday, who let someone overstep her boundaries, and as a result, she felt disempowered and she felt really shitty for a whole day. It completely threw her off, right? We are in control of our time and who and where we spend it. So it's on us to be strategic. And I was talking about this at dinner last night with my mastermind ladies. I was saying, and I've often spoken about this, when you're here to serve in a big way and you know that you're serving and you love what you're doing, you literally don't have time. You don't have time to spend it on the things that aren't serving you or that aren't adding value to you. So you need to be very strategic with your time. You need to know exactly, and you need to be intentional, exactly why you're doing it, exactly where you're spending that time, and exactly who you're spending it with. So being strategic and not being afraid to. If you want to do something, good. If you don't want to do something, good. But know what it is you want to do and who you want to spend your time with and where you want to spend that time and why. Because if you aren't strategic with it, then you're going to find a lot of things and people that don't serve you are going to start filling up your time. And then you're going to feel like my client did, empty, disempowered, taken advantage of, powerless, and it doesn't feel very good. And the only person we have to blame is ourselves. And I reminded my client of that, and she knew that. And she took full responsibility. She's like, I know. It was my fault. I allowed it to happen. And what she actually ended up doing was having a real conversation, a real open, and this goes back to my third point, I think it was. Yeah, my third point, that open communication and being able to say exactly how you feel and what's on your heart without filtering anything. She was able to have that conversation with this person and they set healthy boundaries with each other, right? So, this is what having Amazon energy means in your business and life. And the reason I wanted to share this is because a lot of people ask me, how do I keep growing myself and my business? Like, how do I create the success or keep creating success or growing? This is one of the things that I do, is adapting this energy in my business and life. This is one of the things I have had to do. Every single point I have just shared with you, I have adapted in my business and life because I've had to. And it has been a huge contributing factor to where I am right now. So this is what I suggest you do. Firstly, tag someone in this video that needs to hear it right now. If you're watching live or you're watching the replay, someone that you know really needs to take control of their business and life or wants to take it to that next level, because this is a lot of these things here people don't really think about on a deep level and they're not applying in their business and life. So tag or share someone in this video that needs to hear this. Number one. Number two, I want you to really go away from this video and sit with yourself and go through every point I've asked you and I've told you, not asked you, and ask yourself, are you applying all of these things in your business right now and in your life? Are you adapting and applying this sort of energy? Because if you're not, I can tell you right now, this is one of the reasons why you're not growing, why your business isn't growing, why your life isn't growing. All right? So I hope that has helped. Please, please, please let me know below if you've watched this. What's been your biggest takeaway from this? What have you been reminded of, or even something new that you've heard that you're like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this in my business or in my life. Because that's your answer. It's one of your answers anyway if you're not where you want to be. Okay? Have an awesome day wherever you are, and I will chat to you guys really soon. Bye.